welcome to Upscale Love for You. This is your host, your favorite first cousin, Bobby G. And man, we got a great show lined up for you today. Thank everyone for the text messages, the emails, and the phone calls asking us about Upscale Love for You. And let me tell you what it's all about. Upscale Love for You is formatted to entertain, educate, and facilitate self-help, self-love, and everything you want or wish to know about love, relationships, dating, marriage, etc. Upscale Love for You, it often uncovers hot topics and sensitive issues, from tales of singledom to parenting struggles and everything in between. So whether you are actively seeking direction or looking for ways to just pass the time, Upscale Love for You is here. And now with that being said, I would like to introduce the people that has made it possible. First, I'm gonna try to clear my throat one more time. The wonderful, the evasive, the elusive, the electrifying, the exciting, the marvelous, the magnanimous, the malicious. Now, malicious is not good. The wonderful Dr. Fabulous. Come on and talk to us. How you doing?
Okay tonight. I'm just in a little pain. That phase caught me, and then you said malicious, and then my foot said, But anyway, I would like to thank each and every one of you for coming on this evening. In spite of what I'm going through, I'm glad you're here to help us press on through. I'm going to take this time to also remind you all to check us out, check out our channel on YouTube. And with that being said, I'm turning it back over to my favorite first cousin.
All right, Dr. Fabulous, and I hope you have a speedy recovery. I think your foot or something is hurting, so we're just gonna rub some Epsom salt and some baby oil and some lotion. You should be all right. All right, next. My brother from another mother with the voice like no other, Dr. Feelgood. Come on and talk to us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Feelgood here, the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, classy as a rose voice. I'm glad to be here on the Thursday with you. I want y'all to know that the triple threat is always your best bet on a Thursday night. Be out of sight, we keeping it tight and keeping it right. Just keep smiling and do what you do to make you, you. Now back to you, first cuz.
All right, Dr. Feelgood, thank you so much for that. A couple of housekeeping notes. First, we want to make sure that from the responses that you'll be giving tonight, if you can, just kindly go to the bottom of your screen and hit your reaction button so you can raise your hand. Raise your hand so we can call on you if you have a question or if you want to respond to some of the questions that's being asked. Also, you can check us out on YouTube. YouTube, that's Upscale Love, the number 4, the letter U. Upscale Love for You. That's all one word. Just punch it in on YouTube. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because what you do is giving us life to live. So with that being said, we're going to also go ahead and dive into the questions. The topic of the day, the benefits of marriage. The benefits of marriage. What we found is that a large portion of our listening audience either are married or they have been married, and maybe they're on the back end of a marriage. And so we just want to talk about the benefits of marriage. Question number 1, how long should a man date a woman before asking to marry her? How long should a man date a woman before he asking her hand in marriage? Dr. Fabulous, come on and talk to me.
Well, how long should a man wait to ask? Well, sometimes it may not necessarily be the man per se with the time constraint. It could also be the woman, because sometimes we don't want to waste our time. And I always feel like a person knows if this is going somewhere. So I would say a year to a year and a half is all that are, I ain't gonna say me because I'm gonna take me out the equation. But I'm gonna say a year and a half. I think that's enough time for them to get, especially if they're over the age of 40 or 45, you know, they know what direction they're going at that point in time. Because when you hit 50, you definitely don't have all that added extra time to give someone if it's not going anywhere.
Right. Okay. So that's 18 months. We're talking 18 months. That's when a man should be able to feel comfortable asking a woman to marry him.
Yes, I'm going to say a year and a half.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, when your husband proposed to you, how long did he wait?
1 year.
It was 1 year, right at a year.
Right at a year, we dated and we met on a Thanksgiving. The next Thanksgiving, he proposed, and the following Thanksgiving, we got married.
Oh, so that's really okay. So
we had a
from the time you
courtship
met
for
to the time you got
almost
married,
3 years.
it was 2 years.
It was almost 3.
Okay.
We dated for a year.
Okay.
That following year, he proposed, and the next year we got married.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Because it took me a year to plan
years.
that.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Well, thank you for that information, Dr. Feelgood. How long should a man date a woman before asking to marry her? How long should a man date a woman before asking to marry her?
Personally, I say about 6 months.
6 months. Whoa, that's a big difference from 18 months what Dr. Fab is talking about. Why 6 months?
Well, if you want to, I mean, if a man want to marry, he want to marry. If a woman wants to get married, if she wants the wedding, 18 months is cool. If she wants to get married, 6 months is probably all you need, because you done ask every question. You done got to know the person. You probably done met their family. They probably done met yours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, y'all talked about finances. Y'all done went to counseling,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all got everything in order. So about 6 months, you should be, because people say, well, that's too soon. I'm like, hell, some people been dating for 13, 14 years, get married and get divorced within a year. So what difference does that make? You should know within 6 months whether you want to be with this person for the rest of your life or not. So my answer is about.
Don't throw them away. We still might eat them.
Chocolate Pearl, go on mute.
I got it.
Okay. Like I said, plus or minus 2 months.
Okay. So between 4 and 8 months.
Between 4 and 8 months. You're right. 6 months is that
sweet spot. Okay.
Yeah.
But
all right.
What he said it right. I'm assuming, because if you having a wedding or whatever, it took me a year to plan my perfect fairy tale wedding. So
yeah, because weddings ain't for us, ain't for the dude.
Dude
just gotta be there.
That's not true.
No.
Because my husband was just excited as me.
No, I didn't say the man ain't excited, but the wedding ain't for the man. It's for the woman, so she can flex on her friends. Because if you wanted to be married, you go to City Hall, have a sign that paper.
I want to do it before God.
You can still have a church. You can still have a small church.
You can still do it before God. You just don't have to have 500 people show up.
Yeah. So the wedding and Dr. Fab, guys want to be married. They excited to be married. But I can tell you, out of 10 guys, and I know I might be speaking for all the men on here, ain't no man want to stand in that big ass wedding. We just want to say I do and consummate the marriage and get it on, because you know what's the purpose? Y'all gonna be together forever. So why the big ceremony?
Until death do us part. Well, the next time I'm gonna have a small ceremony. It's gonna be on a secluded island. You might get an invite.
All right, now.
All right.
Hey,
well,
you paid, I'm playing.
I'm gonna have to partner with Dr. Feelgood and agree with him. I do agree that the wedding is for the woman. The show is for the woman. The man is just kind of like in place, probably hungover from the night before. He just want to get through the day. The man, and so the ceremony is pretty much for the woman. The man just got to go along with it. Miss Millie, how you doing tonight?
I'm okay. Sinus is acting up, but I'm good.
All right. Well, take 2 Benadryl and a shot of Hennessy. You'll be all right. How long should a man date a woman before asking to marry her?
I would think like Dr. Fabulous, a year to a year and a half is kind of average, but he should really know within 6-7 months in, give or take, if he really planning to go somewhere with this woman or not. But with me, when I was 40, I had more time. I'm like Dr. Fabulous. I'm 5.3 now. So if you go, either we gonna do this thing, if we're gonna be in full pledge and
I'm gonna shake you off, Jack.
We gonna know it, or either I'm gonna be peace. Holla at me.
Okay, so Miss Millie, if you met a gentleman right now you in Publix or in the grocery store, wherever, and you met a gentleman right now, seasoned guy, a little salt and pepper and everything, looking good and everything. Y'all hit it off, and y'all are dating on a regular basis. And it come up, say, 4 months, and he come to you and say, "Hey, I want to spend the rest of my life with you." Are you comfortable with that?
As long as he have shown his actions have added up to his words, I'm comfortable with that, because like Dr. Fabulous say, it's more years behind me than in front of me. Most
right.
likely.
So you don't have a whole lot of time to waste, huh?
I mean, yeah, unless I'm gonna be
That's
106.
right.
So I need to, if I'm gonna be with somebody, I don't play games. You either know it or you don't.
All right.
There you
All
go.
right. Well, thank you so much, Miss Millie. Hey, for those who just came on, we're talking about the benefits of marriage. The benefits of marriage. Oftentimes we hear about people going through these nasty divorces like Kanye and Kim Kardashian and all the Hollywood celebrities going through these breakups and stuff like that. We want to talk about some of the benefits of marriage and being married. I can tell you right now, there's a lot of benefits of being married. One, being that I am married, I can tell you right now, my wife, she knows everything about me. She know what medicine I take. She know what I like. She know how I like to sleep. She know what I like to eat. She have things prepared for me. She do everything I need her to do for me. So that's one of the biggest benefits right there. She is looking out for me. And sometimes in the single world, when you don't have somebody, you know, you're trying to search and you're dating, you're trying to find that person that's going to balance you out or going to be looking out for you. Dr. Feelgood, you got your hand raised. Come on, talk to me.
Hey, I was going to say, if there's benefits to marriage for the man, a man, and I look at it from a financial standpoint. A man, the average salary of a black man in America is about $42,000 a year.
Okay.
Now, a man can take that $42,000 and do well with it. I mean, hell, we all know every guy in here that had their first place sleeping on a air mattress, sitting on crates, but we got a good TV. We have a little bit of food in the refrigerator, but our lights and stuff is on. Now, the average black woman makes about $36,000 a year. She can't do that. She ain't gonna live in discomfort. So what
I disagree. I disagree with that.
Okay, Malik, come on, fire back at him. What you talking?
Because your first question was how long, do you feel it take, for you, get to that point of being, making that popping that question. Now you saying about the benefits. So now you jumped to two different things. Now go back to Mr. Feelgood real quick. The average woman right now makes way more than the average man, and that's been a big issue in the world based on they're using their money to belittle us. In other words, they make more money, so they say you need to be in the house, Malik, by 8 o'clock. When I'm used to being out 9, 10, doing my thing. So a woman makes more money, she feels like she got more control. That's the way the system has governed it like that.
You must be messing with trader trash for ladies.
I'm talking about the average.
No, I'm not. This ain't me per se, but I'm just saying what I learned in my being seasoned. I'm over 50. So I just learned that coming up through the ranks, that society has given women more money. They feel good. You all into the books and statistics. Statistics don't lie. The average woman makes way more than the average man.
No. Listen to me, Razzle. The average, according to the U.S. Census, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and blackdemographics.com, the average black woman, now I'm saying the average black woman, I'm just using averages, makes $36,000 a year. They are, and the average black man makes about $42,000 a year. That's, yes, there are women that make more than men. And if you look at the income spread, at the higher incomes, women tend to make more than men. But on the other end, at the poverty, black women are at the bottom when it comes to poverty. There are more black women in poverty than there are black men. So the numbers kind of even out. And what I'm saying is that a woman don't like to live in discomfort. So if a black man and a black woman get together, they making $80,000. They making close to $80,000 a year.
All right.
The benefit is The woman makes that Spartan place a home, bringing warmth, bringing children into the house and taking care of the children. Now they gonna both work because they need both those salaries, but it elevates both people to a more comfortable life.
I get that.
Okay. Well, Dr. Feelgood, thank you for bringing it up. That was actually going into my next question. Ms. Nikki, how you doing tonight?
Good evening, I'm fine.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me ask you this question here. Should a man be financially secure before he asks a woman to marry him?
Yes.
Okay. Can you define financially secure? What does that mean?
Financially secure means that he is able to support me, even though I will be there to support him, but it just can't be one-sided, I would say.
Okay.
Because I came out of a marriage a while ago when everything was on my plate and when he should have been the man of the house, making sure I was taken care of and everything. But he got really, really relaxed and was relying on me. So it was too much pressure on me. So I was like, I have to go. So
Right. Okay.
So yeah, security for me. If he's secure, then I feel secure.
Okay. And everyone has a different, and the reason I'm asking the question because everyone has a different meaning of being secure. And I just want to take the poll from the women. Chocolate Pearl and Miss Kendra, how y'all doing tonight? What kind of ice cream you eating, Miss Chocolate Pearl? I can't hear you, darling.
I'm eating yogurt.
You eating some yogurt? Okay. All right. Well, I started.
You know you lactose intolerant, girl.
You can't. If you go off camera, we understand why. We do understand. Okay, Miss Chocolate Pearl and Kendra, what makes a man financially secure before? Should a man ask a woman to marry him? Should he be financially secure? And what does financially secure mean to you?
Yes, and they should be financially secure. They don't have to be rich or anything, but they at least have to have a job and a place to stay. A lot of people a lot of men that I've met here in Jacksonville, they're either living with a roommate or still living with their mama. I've even found a couple that are still living with their ex because they couldn't afford to move out. Or they doesn't have a steady job. I'm sorry, I don't want to be with a person who does not have a steady job.
Okay. Now, with that steady job, what if they're not making a lot of money? Because a lot of men probably say, let's say they work in a fast food restaurant. Would you consider that financially secure?
For some people, but not for me.
Not for you. Okay. Okay.
Some people it's fine. Some people are happy. At least you have a job.
Right.
And as long as you're able to pay your bills and afford to date someone. Yeah, you can't just say I got a job. No, bro, you got a job, but you can't afford to take me out.
Okay.
But so if you're going to get married to someone, they need to have something established, like their house, or apartment where they paying rent, they paying bills, they can hold themselves down. I don't necessarily, and I told someone this before, I don't need you to pay my bills, but I want you to be able to.
That part.
I like that. I like that. Say that one more
Difference.
time. Say that one more time, please.
I don't need you to pay my bills, but I want you to be able to.
Gotcha.
And the reason why I say that is because just in case something happens, I know you got my back and it's not going to be a struggle. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's not going to be a struggle. You can pick up them bills until I'm able to find another job, another secure job. And I feel the same way that I should be able to help pay his bills if he also is not able to handle the bills because he lost a job or he got hurt. I'm able to hold it down. But if you don't have that, you should not even be dating, period. Not even just getting married, but you shouldn't be dating, period.
All right. Thank you so much. Dr. Fabulous, you got your hand raised?
Yes. financial security means a whole lot when it comes to a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if I'm dealing with a man 50 or older, because I try to stay in that range. I don't want them too young. But even if they're young, I'm 57. So if I was to slide down to 47, that 47-year-old has to be financially able. And when I say financially able, I'm looking that his security blanket in his account has to be 6 months of where he can afford to live. If he doesn't have a job, he should have enough in his bank account for at least 6 months before a person would ask someone to marry them. I just always feel like financial stability is going to gear that relationship where it should go, because a lot of times when your money is not right, it can also bring a strain to the relationship, no less marriage. So I always tell people, like the lady said, where is she?
Dr.
Chocolate Pearl.
Off. Okay. Like she says, chocolate pearl. If something happens and I'm truly dating this person now, it's a difference when you have 2 or 3 here, there, you know. But when you're really into this person and you all exclusively dating, oh, they got to be on the JOB with finances, regardless if I'm not asking them to take care of me, but we got plenty of perks going on, especially if they are a friend with benefits.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Fowler. Miss Veronica, come on and talk to us.
You know, I feel a little different about it. I think that I come from a different mindset of not, you know, if you can't pay my bills, I'm more concerned about, can you just manage your own bills? You know, because everything else I can figure out my bills. When I come to the table, Veronica's bills are squared away. I don't need nobody to manage my bills. You know, I just need you to manage your own bills. And then together we can create goals and set expectations for what we want to build together. But I think oftentimes, especially in the African-American community, as Black women, we tend to have these expectations and we do want men to come in, you know, all the way together. But I tell you, some of the best stories that I've ever heard have been when you can kind of grow with somebody. And I don't just eliminate somebody because what they may or may not have at the time that I meet them, if they're able to self-sustain themselves, then the rest of it we can kind of figure out on our own. I mean, I'm not too hell bent on, you know, do you have 6 figures? Can you pay my bills? Can you, you know, at a certain point, if you can just manage your own stuff, even if you have a roommate, I'm just saying, you know, if you have the mentality and the drive and the desire, and you can, you know, you're not just out here spending money recklessly, then we can kind of rebuild that. And to me, that means everything.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Veronica. Your husband must be a lucky man. You saying all the right things. Yeah, duh. All right. Dr. Feelgood, you got your hands raised?
You darn tootin'. I was having a conversation last week about women and bills. Women will pay bills for the most part. Women will pay bills, but given their druthers, they rather have a man with means to pay those bills. Because everybody should be able to pay their own bills. That's I agree. I agree with Dr. Fab, but in we talked about, remember we talked about this last week about what, you know, the man, what portion of the bill should the man pay. A lot of times when women do, and go back to what we were talking about, Razzle, women, if you took the average woman and used her average salary, which is about $36,000. She ain't gonna be sleeping on no daggone air mattress, watch it with an Xbox game and paying everything else. She gotta, you know, women do value that beauty. So they gonna They might miss an appointment or two, but they're gonna make sure at least a little bit of time they're gonna get their stuff done, even if they gotta do it themselves. That costs money. You go and dress halfway decent. You go to the consignment store, you go to whatever. That costs money. So a lot of times, and women who have gone to school take on a lot of student debt. So even if you have a job making $75,000, you got the dang on student loans to pay. So what do women, yeah, they're paid, but they ain't like it. But if they have a man and the man's handling everything he's supposed to be handling, the big bills, then that money can go help pay that off, which is good in the long run. But a man you should not be dating, you should not get married if you cannot afford to take care of a woman. Whether she works or not makes no difference. If she got the money, if you got the money, you should be able to take care of your woman, regardless of what she makes. Because
so let me I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. So if I'm a man and I'm gonna say I'm working McDonald's, okay? I'm making $30,000 a year. But I got this woman, I love this woman, I want to be with this woman for the rest of my life. She see I have the potential and the drive at some point to do better than what I'm doing. But right now I'm in love with this woman. I'm 25 years old. I'm in love with this woman. You telling me I shouldn't get serious and want to be with this woman here because of the money that I'm making, because I can't technically provide her with a certain lifestyle or something like that? Is that what
you want me to tell you? You want me to tell you what you want to hear? Or you want to hear the truth?
I always want to hear the truth. I'm grown. I can handle the truth.
You shouldn't get married until you know you can take care of her. Like I said, regardless of what she makes, because what she makes should be icing on the cake. I might love this woman, but if I really loved her, I'm gonna make sure she's taken care of. I'm gonna make sure that her stuff
taken care of is relative. Let's be clear.
No. I agree, Ms. B. What I'm saying is that the necessities are taken care of.
You can take care of necessities off $30,000 a year.
That's if you're willing to live like that. But
that's my point. That's my point.
I'm saying how many women, you want to have kids, most want to have kids or had kids. How many women do you really realize that, making $36,000 ain't really enough? So for one person, so you imagine you multiplying that, and you multiplying that by 2 or more. Yeah, you could get it done, but you living like a Mississippi sharecropper.
Everything is relative. Everything is relative.
Yes.
Right.
But
okay.
in modern times,
let's hold that point right there. Miss Millie, come on and chime in. You had your hand raised for a while. Come on, talk to me.
Yeah, I think that I agree with pretty much what everybody have said. For as the man, we don't want a man to fully be able to take care of us, but we want to let him know that we need him. A man wants to know that he is needed. And we have to be capable of falling back and let him know that. And basically, I think, like Dr. Fabulous said, 6 months of income should be put in the bank. So if I can't work for 6 months, he got me. If he can't work for 6 months, I got him, vice versa. Okay. But at the end of the day, like Dr. Feelgood say, you want to be able to know that when you're making that extra money, when you are one and the man is taking care of the bill, all the extra money should be put up for vacation, investments, retirement, putting that money back for hard days, not just because you used to making $50,000, $60,000 and now you got 2, you're making 150, invest it, not throw it away, but be able to take care of each other no matter what, when it all boils down to it. But yes, the man is the head and not the tail.
All right. Thank you, Miss Millie. Chocolate Pearl and Miss Kendra, you got your hand raised?
Kendra wanted to say something.
Okay.
I've kind of been on both ends of the spectrum. What I tolerated in my 20s and 30s, I can't see doing that now that I'm in my late 40s.
Okay.
I can struggle with you as long as you're trying, but I'm not going to be the head of the household and taking care of a grown man. I'm sorry, I don't know. I just can't see myself doing it. On another hand, no, I don't expect him to take care of me. But like my sister said, I want you to be able to, if need be. I got hurt on my job. I wasn't able to work, and I had to figure it out on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Because the man, unfortunately, that I was with, I was holding him down at the time.
You wouldn't take care of me,
And
sis.
well,
You would take care of me. I'm a grown ass man.
Never say never.
you know,
All
I
right.
will, bro. So, but you know, at the end of the day, I want to be able to know that I have that security, that if I do get hurt on the job, I have someone there where I don't have to touch my bank account, my savings. I don't have to go and borrow off my 401k because my man has my back. Unfortunately, the relationship I was in at the time, I couldn't do that. So I decided now in my late 40s that I'm not going to, that's something that I want.
Right, you've moved past that. You moved past that. Okay.
Right.
All right. Mr. Anson, you got your hand raised. Come on, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm a novice in this category because I have never been married now, and I have never been close to being married. But I do have a strong opinion, and I do strongly disagree with what Mr. Feelgood said. I'm not going to be taking care of another grown ass woman. That's not going to happen because we're two adults, and for two adults to come together to live together, we need to be adults in doing so.
Okay.
And a woman told me once when I was getting to know her that she felt that if she dolled herself up, she got on this nice dress and hair all did and now it's nice makeup on and whatever she got going on, that a man that's interested in her should want to upkeep her to that level. And I told her, I said, you got the right play, wrong player.
Oh.
I'm not going
to
to
do
do
right
that.
play, but the wrong player.
Right. You got the
All
right play,
righty
but the wrong
then.
player. I'm not nobody's meal ticket. I don't work hard for someone to benefit off of me and laugh their way to wherever they want to go. So I do not agree with, for me to be with someone, I should be willing to take care of them. Able to, yes, but willing to, hell no.
All right.
Ain't
All right.
never getting married.
Mr. Hanson said that loud and clear, and we definitely have to respect his decision. Mr. Malik, you got your hand raised, and then Ms. Veronica.
Now I done let two people go before me with their hands up. My hand been up before both of them.
Dr. Fabulous. Now, as an educator, you know we got to hear everybody's voice. Come on, okay. For the sake of the show,
let her go.
Fabulous, go ahead.
Let her go.
I'm just saying, I'm going back to when I was at a younger age. I'm coming back, and this is for Veronica. When I was at a younger age and I met my husband, neither one of us had anything. So of course we grew together. I'm speaking in times of now as being 57. I feel like a man of his age, my age, should have accomplished something by now. So for me to say I'm going to deal with this man of a 50-something-year-old individual and he haven't gotten to where he needs to be, then it's bad for me to say maybe he's just not for me. Everybody can select whom they want to be with and whom they will prefer to be with, and that's just by choice. And I understand exactly what Veronica was saying, because in my younger year, all my girlfriends teased me because I was holding a doctorate, and they teased me about my husband just having a high school diploma, but I saw potential in that man, and that same man that had a high school diploma ended up having his own construction firm. So I don't never downplay anyone or say, hey, but I'm thinking about now at the age of 57, a man should have accomplished something. They should be almost at retirement. So that's the only thing I'm saying that I couldn't get down that way.
Well,
and I'm gonna go ahead.
Dr. Fabulous, since you directed that to Veronica, you respond to that, and then we'll hear from Ali.
I just want to say, I think I hear what you're saying, and I just politely disagree. You know,
Okay.
me personally, I feel like, you know, when I met my husband, I'll use that for an example. I met my husband and, you know, I had 3 or 4 properties. You know, I had stuff to lose. And my husband was coming in, he was recently divorced. And, you know, 5 years later, we have grown quite a bit. You know what I mean? And so for me, I have friends and I have a lot of older friends that enter into relationships with, what do you do for a living? What's your credit score? What's your debt to income ratio? And how much assets do you have? And they always, to me, end out on the short end of the stick. You know, they don't. Whatever they got, they want to keep it to themselves. They don't want to come in and be Captain Save-A-Ho. They just don't.
And then that's where,
from my perspective, as a 50-something-year-old woman or 40-year-old woman, you know, if you come into the table and you got your ducks lined up and he got his ducks lined up, I'm not even looking for you. I'm just saying, let's be together, let's vacate, let's enjoy each other. I'm not looking for someone to come in and save the day. That's just what I'm, you know.
I understand exactly what you're saying. And just like it's not Captain Save-A-Ho, I'm not doing Captain Save No More.
But nobody is sitting here saying that you would have to come in and do that, right? I'm not saying.
No, but I'm saying some men, because
no, but I'm not saying anybody would be with somebody that ain't got nothing. I'm not saying.
Okay.
I'm saying if the man is making $30,000 a year, okay, and he can pay his own bills, whatever that may be, if he paying $200 a month on rent, and that's the arrangement he got squared away, and he's managing that without being in debt, I'm saying, hey, if that's what I'm into, I'm not going to turn away from him just because he only making $30,000 a year.
Well, and then I understand what you're saying. That's why I say it's up to your own choice. And I was just saying, like you say, some women are looking for Captain Save-A-Ho. I know that when men, or some men, I have met some men that when they see widower and then they see doctor before my name, they automatically like ding, cha-ching. No, I'm not.
Nobody's talking about users. Nobody here is talking about a user and partnering with the user. But I'm simply saying, just because a man is making $30,000 a year and does not have 6 months saved up in rent, you know, or whatever, if he's able to manage his own stuff, then together we can figure it out. That's just my opinion.
All right. Thank you both for sharing that. We're gonna go ahead and move on to hear from Mr. Malik.
I agree with Miss V, man, and I agree with I mean, it ain't really. Remember, 2 becomes 1, just like you and your queen did. So I mean, so what we got together, you know, is what we're gonna have. And I feel like at the end of the day, like you say, it can go back and forth based on everybody's experiences. Like the brother Anson, he say he ain't with it. That's his experience. Dr. Fabulous, you know, she feels like the widow. People want to see, they see money signs when they see her. But like you say, I guess it's about a person who demonstrates what they let their words add up to their actions, you know, because every man should have something. I agree with her by the age of 50, but at the same time, that's why I play for the heart. You know what I mean? I don't always just play for the mind, play for the heart. Once I get the heart, the body gonna come. Everything else it's gonna work itself out. You know what I mean? And that's the real truth.
Hey, say that one more time for me.
I play for the heart.
Play for the heart.
I play for the heart. You know what I mean? Once you get that, everything gonna fall. They'll do anything for you. Like we said before on the show, you know, you need to find somebody who's willing to do anything to be your everything. And the same for you. Be willing to do anything to be the everything. So that's when 2 becomes 1. That's what I got on.
All right.
Thank you,
Mr. Malik.
Playing for the heart, it should be a real thing when you go for the heart, because love is what it do, not what it says. It's not a game to be played.
Well, I understand that, but all I'm saying is that's what I go for. I want to get the heart. The heart is more important to me, because the heart, like we said on the shows many times before, the heart don't know color, blue, black, brown, or purple. It just goes on what it feels. True. Didn't you agree to that on many shows before about the
love
heart?
is what it do.
Right. So I play for the heart.
All right. Well, if we ever get in a card game, we know Mr. Malik gonna be calling all his hearts out. Okay, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and pass the mic over to Dr. Fabulous. Dr. Fabulous, come on and talk to us.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Man, when I tell you, okay, this is it. Ladies and gentlemen, what is a good age? And you know, it's a new day now. What is a good age or the average age that a couple normally gets married? I'll say for the first time. Anyone? And I would love for Dr. Feelgood to Google that for me while we're in it to bring us back some true numbers.
Already did, Dr. Fab.
Probably already know.
Okay.
I think it's average in their 20s.